everyone. This is BlueSky Statistics Pro Edition. I'm just going to show you a quick demonstration of our latest innovation, AI integrations within BlueSky Statistics. So we are super excited. So let's get started quickly. So if you see here, there is a button called toggle chat. So if you open this one, so it opens up a chat window to the AI or the LLM models behind the scenes. So let me expand that a little bit. Now to get started with this one, first you need to configure the model that you're connecting to and the authentications that needed to connect to a model. So if I open this one and say configure models, the first thing it needs is the model name. So the models that we are connecting to at this time are from OpenAI or the ChatGPT. So if you have another provider and how you want to connect to those models, I'm going to talk about those towards the end of this demonstration. But for now, our current integration, exactly what you see here, is connecting to the any models you could choose from the OpenAI or the ChatGPT organizations. So with that, let me connect to a model, GPT 4.1, and no. So that's the model name, and you could choose any model from them. The next thing I need is a authentications key. How do I connect that? So when you go ahead and get a paid account with them, you get a API or authentications key. And as a corporations, your IT can go and set up an account for your organizations, and they could definitely generate multiple different keys under the same account that you could hand that to your users so that you could keep track of their individual usage, or you could choose to have only one and give it to your users. So those are some of the decisions that you could make as it makes sense for your organization. So with our paid account, we do have a key for ourselves. So let me go ahead and copy that key, and then I'm going to paste it here. Then I say add the model and then save it. So now I'm all set. So now next thing I need to do is let's go do our regular things that we do with the BlueSky statistics. Let's go run some analysis. And this is a data set I already opened. This is prepared for to run a gauge RNR study. So I'm going to go Six Sigma, MSA, and then I open the gauge RNR. You have seen this thing before. So let me drop the variable. So this is the measured variable. Then next is the part. Then I choose the pricer, the operator, and here I just, for this particular data set, I just do tolerance 2. Of course, I have a lot of other parameters, but for now, for this particular demonstration, I'm going to just skip those. So let me run that. So you're familiar with that. So all this part to part to operator, all these things, the plots have been plotted, and the important tables are gauge RNR and study bar. So as I'm looking at this one, the tables, I have the training from my quality department or my process improvement department. So I know how to interpret these results, no problem. But if you're not quite sure about, you're new to the process, you're not sure about how to interpret these results, you could definitely go ahead and talk to your colleagues, your trainer, and get some help. But what we have done lately with this LLM or the AI integrations, now all of a sudden the whole world of those experts are sitting next to you. So you don't have to go anywhere to ask those questions. So for that, if I go back and here, so every analysis that you run, now with this integration, you're going to see a new icon on the top for every analysis. So I said that, hey, I wanted to understand this and get some help to interpret the results. So if I go ahead and click it here, you see here, it has already transferred all of them here. And now if I look at it, what they are is basically every graph, plots, tables been shown here. And if I show you that what they are, so exactly those things that you run the analysis. So it's ready to ship this thing to the LLM or the AI models, and you see here gauge RNR. So all these tables are ready to go. Now let me collapse this one. So now we give you a simple sentence to say summarize my analysis just to get you started. But if you already know many of those things, you don't have to go summarizing these results. All you're interested in, so you could just write your own questions here. Say, hey, interpret interpret the gauge, RNR, and study bar tables. So then he's going to focus on that, right? So it basically the how precise your questions are and the precise answer that you're going to get. So now it has all the data that you're about to ship with your questions. And so let's either you could click send here or hit return. Now it's sending you back all the informations. So it's saying that certainly here is an interpretation of the results. So see all this data that you pass, it has all these data. It is showing you the interpretations in what that each of them mean, and you could go back and look at those things. But the most important thing will be at the end, the summary that this gauge study shows a robust measurement system with the low measurement errors because it interpret all these results. So you can scroll back there and look at the detailed analysis has been done based on the data that you have supplied to it, and this is very seamless because all you did was that you just click this one and you just type in your questions and here you go, and you got the most precise and focused answers, not a generic answer that you would have gotten to, when you step out of our software. You fire up your open ChatGPT or Google Gemini, type in a questions, you're going to get some generic information. Versus here, this is precisely what you ran, what you passed, your questions, and answers are to the point based on your analysis and your results. So it's very focused from that perspective. Now you could continue with this one. In fact, it's asking you if your spec object industry standards this, uh, please console your those thresholds. So it's now giving you some clue what the next questions to ask, and I'm satisfied with this one. Or you could just hone in further that can you just explain this points a little further, or any of those things. So this is becoming now a conversation thread. It has all the information, all the data. You don't have to pass anything more. You just continue to ask questions. So you just continue to answer in the context of these that you already passed. And another thing I could say that, hey, what should I do next? What should I analyze next based on the data that you already have here? So you don't have to type any of those things. So it understands that the question that you are asking here, what should I do next? So it's saying that so let me stop this one. So, so basically, it's saying is that the great questions after completing the gauge RNR study, these are the following things you could do. So you could, it's just suggesting you that where should you go next. If there wasn't a problem with your gauge RNR study, you would have suggested something different. But at least your gauge RNR data, it's saying that your gauge RNR is pretty good so far. So it's suggesting the things that you can do next from this analysis. So this is the best part of it, with so well integrated within this process that you're seamlessly working. And as I said, that now the whole world of experts is sitting next to you to guide you through, answer your questions, interpret your results. And this is just a one analysis I showed you. As you run any of your analysis, and every analysis will have this button that you click it, and then it will just pass that to you, and you write your questions and then continue the conversations. So, so that's what my demonstration is. But I think there's a couple of other questions that you may be wondering, that I'm sending this data to some public cloud with the OpenAI and the ChatGPT. Is it my security, data privacy? Those are all valid concerns, and every organizations are grappling with those questions. So the best thing is that you work with your IT and the data security team. Let them have a chat with ChatGPT OpenAI as you are buying your corporate account with them. They can guide you through what is and what is not being shared, how their data is protected. Obviously, their security is utmost concern, and they're answering those questions to every organization at this time. And the another extreme is, suppose you did not feel comfortable at all to leave any of your data, irrespective of what the assurance that you got from any of these AI companies. Then there's another choice, is that you could actually get these models and host it within your four walls. And there are software to host models, service the models, all we need is that either path you go, all we need is the authentication key to connect to that. We really do not worry about whether the model being hosted by you within your organizations or it has been connected over a cloud to the ChatGPT or other places. So we can work with your IT, have these conversations, but just wanted to show you that there are many choices to address your data concerns, and we are super excited to bring these integrations and the power to help the users to continue their analysis. So with that, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed the demo.